Hi everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you. Okay, so I've been having like some issues with a neighbor of mine, which I can't really go into detail about, but it reminds me of this one other time that I had like a nutcase experience with a neighbor who lived directly underneath me, And nobody's ever complained about me, like nobody. So she must have just moved in at that time. But anyways, okay. So I think I got like a knock at my door. Yeah, I got a knock at my door, okay? And it's the woman who lives downstairs. And she was like, hey, listen, you know, you're making like a lot of noise. And she's like, what is it that you're doing in your room? You know what I mean? Like, listen, I don't mean to like embarrass you or what have you, but I can hear everything that you're doing in your bedroom. I'm not even joking. I'm just like, what is she talking about? She was like, yeah, she was like, you might wanna like, I don't know. She was like, is your bed like directly on the floor or something? She was like, because, you know, she was suggesting like I'm having a little fun in my bedroom, you know what I mean? But she was just like, that's my daughter's room. Your bedroom must be where my daughter's bedroom is, because like all of the apartments are extremely similar. So like the layout is like really similar. So where this bedroom is, there's like a bedroom right below there, right? I don't know how old her daughter is. She has to be like at least like 18 years old, 17, 18. I want to say 18, like even 18, 19. The girl's in college, right? So the first thing that like I'm thinking about, like, your daughter's in college. I'm sure she's not as innocent as you want to believe, miss, you know, like. But I was just like, okay, like that's just really, really weird. And then she was just like, and by the way, you might want to like just try to keep that down, like try to figure out what you can do to muffle that noise. And I'm like, a lady, I'm just looking at her like, okay, well, it's like really late, so I don't know, try to like keep things down. I don't know, a little bit of time goes by. Now she must have already complained, because the office here where I live, I don't know, they're kind of fast, but then they're not. You know, I get a letter and it says that Miss Hurley, you need to keep it down in your apartment. There's been complaints. Everybody has the right to peaceful living, and you really need to stop making so much racket in your apartment. What the hell is she talking about? Like, I'm quiet as a mouse. Okay, so like sometimes I'll listen to music, but I respect the people that are around me. That's number one. I do respect people around me. Now, the only thing that I do that's probably like a really loud, but nobody's ever complained about. So like around 10 or 11 or something like that, at that time I had carpet, right? So I may vacuum like a little bit late, because I have kids and like they make so much mess on the carpet and stuff like. So that's my only free time when they're off sleeping, so I'll just quickly like vacuum up and just clean up, right? But yeah, they just complaining about so much noise, racket. Like I'm like she acted like I'm throwing crazy wild parties, right? That I have music blaring at all hours of the night, like at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. She's just complaining. Like, I shouldn't have gotten that letter. I should not have gotten that letter. But like that's like some serious shit when you get a letter from the manager, okay? Okay, so like a few days go by. I don't know, like I must have had like the worst luck that week. I don't know. But I've been having like these floods. These floods were like happening. I used that shampoo were like so much, like it just wasn't really picking up the way that it was supposed to. So I was taking the bucket to go ahead and dump it out in the water, out in the sink. And guess what happens? The whole fucking thing I don't even remember. Like I think like I took it off wrong. But anyways, the water poured all over the frigging carpet. Now these floors are super thin. When you get water on the floor, it goes downstairs. So I hear bang 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 on the door. Okay, I already know the 411. Like they're gonna be pissy about me spilling all that water, right? Going on here? Do you have a flood? What's going on? And I had to quickly explain, and I said, I am so sorry, but I'm trying to get it cleaned up. They were like, ma'am, that spill like took that spill, like it's such a bad mess downstairs. They were like, there's water all over the table, and like because of the paint and the just cut like whatever is like on the concrete, whatever, so it's like dirty water spilling down into your on their table. It ruined their furniture. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, is she going to like make me pay for that table? Because I don't have any money, like I swear to God. So this was like at the time when I was just like so like broke, like I can't afford to like be sued. Oh my God, right? But I genuinely felt really bad, and I genuinely felt like, oh my God, I just hope that she doesn't want to sue me, right? But then I had another flood, right? So that was in the bathroom, and so I had taken a shower and I had forgotten to put in the you know, the liner, the shower liner, and so like the water went like downstairs, and like, what is going on with you, Miss Hurley? Like, you're just going a little nutcase in your house. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't understand why I must have been like under stress with this woman who's downstairs, like, because I genuinely didn't want to bother her. I was trying to keep it quiet, and you know, and I was just really thinking about her all the time, like, oh no, I don't want to, you know, for her paint job and like to spackle it or whatever, to do her ceiling in the bathroom, because I made that mistake. But I could see if I was doing it on purpose, but I wasn't. Now, she felt like that I was doing it on purpose, and I really wasn't. And she was just having it was like one thing after another. You know, so like if I were to like drop something, she would call security, like, oh my God. And then like when my kids would like walk across the floor, she would call security and say, oh my God, she's like, they're purposefully banging on the floor, and I'm trying to sleep, and I'm just so stressed out. I'm so like, she was going frigging like bonkers, like calling security happy, like, and I'm like, oh my God, like now I'm getting like really stressed and getting really depressed. I'm getting scared because, you know, she may be able to like up and leave and find a new apartment or, you know, what have you, but this is like my home where like if I get kicked out of my house, we're gonna be homeless for years. Like, this is like what I'm thinking, you know, like I don't know. But this woman was seriously stressing me the fuck out. Okay, so alright, so one time I was in my courtyard and I was heading out. So you have to go through the courtyard to leave the property, okay? Now, she was standing out there, okay? And I was going to walk right by her because I don't, you know, I just don't want to be bothered, okay? So I was going to walk right by her, and she was like, you know, could you come here for a minute? I would like to speak with you. And I'm like, okay, I'll go speak with her, because like in my head I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of like a good thing. It's kind of good because we can like talk about it one-on-one reasonably. She'll know that I'm not this terrible, horrible person, and maybe we can like really talk without the insanity, okay? So first thing she says to me, do you know that when you take a shower, I hear you dropping the soap in the tub? She says this to me. Also, do you know that like when you unravel your toilet paper, I can hear the brum brum, like when you're pulling it out. you know, like, yeah, I can hear that. And then she was like, and what are you doing when you're walking? Like, why do you walk so heavy? She says to me. Just like this. This is how she's talking to me. She's like, why? You know, what's going on that you're walking so heavy? You can't pick up your feet? Like, And then she was like, and you know what? Like, where your bedroom is, my daughter's bedroom is there. And I really don't appreciate hearing all of that noise, okay? And like also, and like when you drop the pans in the kitchen, like it's just really, really, like, what are you doing up there? Why do you have to be so loud? What do you, and then so at this point, I'm like, listening to her, I'm like, yeah, I don't think that I'm going to be I don't think that I'm going to have a rational conversation with this person. I'm like, well, listen, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm not trying to be loud. I am really trying to take the initiative to keep things down. So later on, I'm at home. Again, security is knocking at my door. Now I'm not trying to be all nice. I'm not being nice to this woman. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be nice to her at all. I'm like, you know what? You can tell the queen, you can tell the princess, or whatever you want to call her, that if she has a problem with me, she needs to go to the office and make a complaint there, because there's nothing I can do to help her out any longer. There's nothing I can do. We're not trying to upset her whatsoever. I have to live here, and you know what the security said to me? And I'm so glad we have all new security. I swear to God, the security were complete assholes. And so the security goes like this. He was like, so you want me to tell the queen? You want me to tell her just like that? And I was like, yeah, tell the queen that she's got a problem with me. Take it to the office, because I'm really sick and tired of it. I really am. So he goes downstairs, right? And I thought this was the end of it. I thought it was the end of it, and I was going to go in my bed, whatever, just call it a night. You want me to tell her just like that? And I was like, yeah, tell the queen that she's got a problem with me. Take it to the office, because I'm really sick and tired of it. I really am. So he goes downstairs, right? And I thought this was the end of it. I thought it was the end of it, and I was going to go in my bed, whatever, just call it a night. So he comes, I don't know, maybe about 10, 15 minutes later, I get a knock at the door. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I already know who it is. It's the security, because nobody comes to the house that late at night. So he opens the door and he was like, yeah, I told her what you said, you know, that you called her a queen and that she needs to go to the office and stuff like that. And yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that everything is okay now. And she said that she'll take it to the office. And I'm like, you told her that I called her the queen? Really? You told her that? I'm like, are you trying to cause issues? I'm like, you know what? It's whatever. Have a good night. And so I closed the door. Sure enough, I get a letter saying that, Miss Hurley, you are to come down to the office on so-and-so date and for harassment. And I'm like, so I'm really, really pissed off, but at the same time, I'm like, great. So now we can probably find a resolve to this. Okay, so we go down to the office. The guy there, he's such a sweetheart, but he's not there anymore. But anyways, so I'm like, she's really passive aggressive. Like she's, you know, like she's just being really kind and just very, very, like, you know, the way she carried herself. She's like, trying to be as sweet as pie and like look like she's like got her shit together, like she's not a nutcase, you know. So but I'm like losing it at this point, because this woman has sent me really over. Like I am like I'm like seriously like bonkers myself because this woman has made me completely bonkers. Like, it's just crazy. So, okay, so we're talking about it. She tells her side of the story, and then I tell my side of the story. But I had told, I go like this, I'm like, listen, I go, this is the city. Now, granted, I try to be quiet. I try to accommodate you. I try to, you know, but we need to walk in our apartment. On an occasion, I'm going to drop a pan, and I need to take a shower. I need to unravel the toilet paper, but you're complaining about everything. It's just crazy. And you know what she friggin' says? She was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean?" And she's like, "What do you mean dropping the soap in the tub and dropping pans and I never complained about that." I'm like, you don't remember you calling me over when you were standing in the courtyard? And you don't remember me saying any of that? So she turns to her daughter. She was like, "Did I ever have a conversation with her at all? What is she talking about? Do you remember having this conversation?" And I interrupted her and I said, "Oh my God, your daughter wasn't even there. What are you talking about? Are you trying to tell me that we never had that conversation? Are you trying to tell me that she never had that conversation?" I'm like losing it. I'm freaking losing it. And that makes me look like, yeah, I'm the bitch tenant who is making a lot of noises at like all hours of the night and purposely pissing her off. Because I'm coming off that way because like right at this moment, I'm just like so upset with this woman. She's flat out lying. She is flat out lying. And I'm like, oh my God, you're sitting there. I'm sitting over here. Your daughter's here and he's here. Now you and I can look at each other and you're going to tell me that we never had a conversation out in the front yard. She's like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, Mr. whatever. I don't know the manager's name at that time. Mr. Johnson, right? I'm like, "Mr. Johnson, she's lying. I'm like, how do people do that? She's looking me straight in my damn eyes. She's looking at you in your eyes." And I go like this, I'm like, she is lying. How do people even do that? They can stare into your face, fully knowing you're lying, and then she just flat out lying. I go like this, I'm like, you know what? Here's a funny thing. I got a piece of mail of yours. That you attend the church up the street. I go like this, I'm like, oh, you're a religious woman? You don't seem like a very Christian woman. And your last name is Buttercup? I was like, that's a real sweet name for somebody, a vile woman. And then Mr. Johnson was like, "That's enough, Miss Hurley. That's enough." I'm like, "Mr. Johnson, I am so sorry if I'm coming off like really, really upset right now because I am truly, truly, truly really upset." I'm like, I am not harassing this woman. I am not living my life to piss this woman off. I'm not doing anything, but I am under a lot of stress. I'm going a little crazy because there's nothing I can do to be quiet, to be any more quiet. I have my own children, you know, like when my son is so much better now because he has autism and stuff like that, but he was like trying to like, you know, he does a lot of like, sometimes he'll like yell and scream, but that's not, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to like, I don't know what you want me to do with my kids. They're going to make noise. And so like the last thing I had said, I was like, listen, you strike me as a woman who needs the ultimate quiet. Like you need everything ultimately just pure quiet. I cannot accommodate you because I've tried to do that. But I can't just stop living in my apartment. I can't just stop living. I was like, you might wanna move somewhere where you don't have 30 3,000 apartments around you, because you're going to hear a lot of noise. It's just impossible. Like, why don't you move? Why don't you move into a house, or like at least rent a house out where you're not going to have like residents around you, or go move out into the country. And then Mr. Johnson was like, Miss Hurley, that's enough. That is just enough. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just like, what do you want me to do here? I'm walking on eggshells in my apartment, and I can't live like that. And I also had told her too. I go like this, and I'm like, I told her and Mr. Johnson, I was like, I cannot move out of this apartment. I cannot lose this home. I'm afraid that if she keeps complaining about me, that I'm going to get kicked out of my house. And if I lose this apartment, me and my family are going to be homeless for 2 years. I can't, I'm so stressed out. I'm like so stressed. I don't know what to do. I'm just really afraid that she is going to like get me in so much trouble. She has called security on me at least like 9 or 10 times. Everything that every little tiny noise that she hears, she calls security. There's nothing much I can do. There's nothing much I can do. So we talked a little bit more about me being quiet, and I'm like, okay, I'll try. I don't know. I've been trying. I'll try to like keep it down. And so like we just left the office. And then like a couple of times I bumped into her in the elevator, and I'm just like, you know what, like, you know, that kind of thing. Just set the stress levels, okay? So there was like one more thing. Now, you're not going to friggin' believe this, motherfucker. You're not gonna believe it, okay? So it wasn't the mom, okay? I'm sure that the mother wasn't there, but listen to this. So it's not like around 5 a.m. 5 a.m. in the a.m. I'm hearing blaring music. And when I say blaring music, the music is so damn loud that it's like coming up through my vents. And I'm just like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I swear to God, the music was so, they must have put like the music like up into the ceiling. I don't know. It was just really, really crazy. I'm like, oh my God, are we having an earthquake? What's going on? Are we having an earthquake? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Right? So I'm like, oh hell no. After all that complaining that she did on me, like, she's seriously going to blast their music at 5 a.m.? I took that phone. I'm like, yes, hi, I need to make a complaint. I'm like, okay, I know it's 5 a.m. and I know a lot of people are up at this hour, but the music is so loud. Do you hear music? Do you hear music over the phone? You do? You do? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's the neighbor who lives below me. Right? And so, oh my God. Now, this is fucking precious. You know what? When you're a nasty person, you're not right to other people, karma's a bitch, right? So all of a sudden, I don't know if other people were like calling on her, but the security went knocking at went up to my neighbor downstairs ASAP. Like, it was like ASAP. Cause I know, like, if I'm hearing it I'm serious, like, if I'm hearing the stereo, like it's in my kid's room, like it's so loud like that. I know her neighbors that were living on that floor were just like, what the fuck? And they were like this too. They're like, holy shit, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Get this woman to turn on her music. So all of a sudden, I hear like, bang, 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 right? I'm hearing this from downstairs, because I guess you can hear the reverberation like going up to my apartment from the door, because like they're metal doors, right? And then I hear it like, but then I hear it like even louder, like boom, 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 right? So the security's knocking on it, and then I'm not hearing like exactly what the security was saying, but I don't know what he was saying, but he was like, and eventually the music was shut off. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I'm still kind of bewildered because it's like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. But secretly, I'm just like, yeah, bitch, you're getting in a lot of trouble now. And I knew that it was, like I said, I knew it wasn't the mom, but it was the daughter. Yeah, so, you know what? I don't know. Guess what happened? So, I don't know if it was like a few days later, like it was like literally a couple of days later, like it was like Wednesday, and then the weekend came, right? Oh my god. I actually saw them. They were moving their they were moving their furniture out into the lobby. The bitches moved out. They moved. I'm like, oh my god. Now I don't know if they were like kicked out, because that, let me tell you, I don't know. That woman was such a fucking nutcase. Now it would make common sense if it was the daughter. Okay, like mom left, but it was like 5 a.m. Where the fuck was mom going? Maybe after work, I don't know. But the daughter was, I'm thinking common sense, that the daughter was like, all right, I'm just going to play some music at 5 a.m. in the morning, whatever, right? But I swear to God, that woman was such a fucking nutcase. She probably like blared the music herself trying to piss me off, right? For no reason. Like, mind you, I'm still sleeping. I'm sleeping. So even when I'm sleeping, she's complaining. So she probably thought I was awake. I don't know. She's nuts. I swear to God, she was fucking nuts. I feel bad for her daughter. But she probably was the one who like blared the goddamn mute, like, whoa. And like, but because like probably like, because there's 10 people on 10 units, 10 apartments on each floor, I swear to God, like all 11 of us, including me, was like, oh my god, oh my god. Security. Yeah, that's what probably what happened. Because, and then when the security was like, the security probably was so fucking pissed that they had to bang on the door like that, boom, 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 right? He must have made such a bad report that they probably kicked those bitches out. But long story, that was a really long story. But let me tell you, I was so happy when they moved out. And ever since then, I've never, ever, ever, ever gotten a complaint from anybody ever again. Because I am the model tenant. Like, I don't bother anybody. Like, seriously. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh my god. Oh my god. If she never got kicked out, I swear to God, I don't even know what would happen. I'm so glad that they made that foul move to like try to piss me off. Because then she had like all her friggin' neighbors like dropping mad dime. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap it up. It was friggin' nuts. Alright. Mwah, mwah. Love everybody. I just like, that was like such a while ago, and I'm like thinking about it now. I'm like, oh my god. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, like something like that, but thank God she moved. Well, you know what? The good thing is I feel better after I told that video, that story. I feel so much better. Oh. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye!